Greetings and welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the Void Blaster build, which is basically, it is a Blunderbuss and a Void Gauntlet build. We're going to be using the Lifetaker artifact, which is pretty nice. I don't really like using Void Gauntlet too much as a main weapon, but as an offhand weapon, especially Lifetaker with the Blunderbuss, super, super nice. Anyway, without further ado, as people say, let's I'm gonna eat some food here so you guys can see my attributes with the food. So we're going basically, don't question this here, okay? Don't question this. I'll explain this. So we're going 250 strength, 200 intelligence. I think this is a pretty good split for, like, giving both weapons a decent amount of damage. 150 constitution. You want this, and you will have this if you have a little bit higher gear score than what I have right now. You will have 150 constitution. I don't worry about this because I play OPR or arenas all day long, and there all your gear gets scaled up to 700 anyway, and then I have over 150 constitution. So don't wonder why I'm doing this. If you just have you just need one more point, and then you can put it in there. So don't worry about it. Okay, you're gonna be fine. But yeah, 150 constitution, 200 intelligence. 250 strength. That's gonna be the split that we're going with. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at the gear. So for the gear, I'm basically using full shirking heals on every piece. You're gonna see that now. We're basically using stuff that I got from the PvP track. PvP track's a really good way of getting decent gear, like especially this shirking heals gear. It's pretty easy to get. If you play OPR all day long, you're gonna have tons of this stuff. So yeah, we're using the Solemn Cowl here. This is a light piece. Shirking heals, refreshing thrust conditioning. The thrust conditioning is, you can get all kinds of different stuff on this. So the shirking heals and refreshing is basically the perks that this piece comes with, and thrust conditioning can be all kinds of stuff. It's not bad. It's what I got. And honestly, thrust conditioning is not bad. It's going to help you against Blunderbuss. It's going to help you against bows. It's going to help you against muskets and certain other things like certain rapier attacks, certain sword and shield attacks. So thrust conditioning definitely not bad to have. I wouldn't say it's like the #1 thing we need to build against, but having it, honestly, not bad. Next piece is the drag attack. Which also comes with health and shirking heals. And I got void harnessing on here because we're using a void gauntlet, which is really nice. And we're going to get some void damage on our blunderbuss as well, due to, the Lifetaker passive. So, but you can go with whatever you get. Like if you just get drag attack, you're going to have a good piece. Shirking heals, health, and whatever else you're going to get your piece with, it's going to be fine, Of course, there's certain things are going to be better. Everything that increases your damage is nice. Everything that increases your tankiness is nice. But yeah, the important part is the health and the shirking heals. The next one is the Reconnaissance Officer's Guards, also a PvP thing, and comes with shirking heals and health. And then I got Invigorated on, which I do not like. I hate Invigorated. I think it's a useless perk for the most part. So if you get this piece or any other piece that has shirking heals and health, you hopefully get a better perk. But this is not bad, The most important thing for me is really the shirking heals, because this actually, it's a nice amount of sustain. If you get your shirking heals to proc, like all of them at the same time, it's so much healing. It's like 2k, 3k. Heals that you get out of a dodge roll. It's super, super nice. The next one is just a reinforced prestige idolator's pants off the scholar. That's a mouthful. It's just a random piece that I picked up. I think also of the not sure if this is a PvP reward track. It says it there. Okay, so I got this from the PvP reward track too. Coming in health, shirking heals, enchanted ward. That's really good. Enchanted ward is great. It's probably one of the best defensive perks that you can have, because a lot of the damage that people do to you is going to be light and heavy attack damage. So being able to reduce that is really good. So if you could have Enchanted Ward on every piece, that would be really cool too. But yeah, we got it on this one piece. And then we're using the Tumbler feed wraps. They of course come with the Shirking Blessing, which gives you 15% empower, 25% fortify, and then basically its own version of Shirking Heals. I have not upgraded this piece on the Gypsum Kiln, but if I do, I will definitely put on another Shirking Heals, right? You can have Shirking Heals on the Tumbler feed wraps and basically double up on the effect. And that's just, I think that makes the most sense if you're using something like Shirking, or maybe, anything that procs off of your dodge rolls would be nice. But I think Shirking Heals goes a long way. Shirking Fortification, of course, would be great too. But yeah, this is basically what we're running on the armor. Let's look at the weapons real quick. So we're, as I said, we're using the Lifetaker here, which what it does is your ranged attacks inflict disintegrate for 8 seconds. Disintegrate is the effect that you get from the Void Gauntlet, right? It puts stacks on people, and it's basically just damage over time. It ticks, and yeah, it's nice. It debuffs them and some extra damage over time, and it works on both weapons, which means you can put this on people while shooting them with a Blunderbuss, which is very nice. And of course, it scales with dexterity, which we're not going to be using here. But if you want to use the Lifetaker on a dexterity build, like a bow build, you can definitely do that. It works fine. And then, we got Keen, Lifestealing, Refreshing Move. I have not upgraded this one either. I'm not sure what I would want to put on. I would like Keenly Jagged, but I'm pretty sure you cannot put this on because Keenly Jagged and Lifestealing do not work together. But yeah, you can maybe Enchanting, or I don't know. I don't know which perk would be allowed here, and I don't know which one I would choose. You choose the one that you want. I'm probably gonna hold off from like upgrading any gear, any artifacts, and like unless I really want something very very specific. But yeah, this one I don't know what I want to do. It's not really that important unless you have really like a specific thing you want to have on your weapon. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. The Blunderbuss we're using is a nice little Blunderbuss that I got from, I don't even know where I got it from. It just popped up. Oh, you know what? I bought it on the market actually. Oh yeah, I remember. I bought it on the market. So Venturing Claw Shot, really nice. When Claw Shot connects to a target at least 10 meters away, you gain a 41% empower. That's a massive boost. And then, of course, you kind of want to like follow up with like a Shrapnel Blast, which is going to hit very hard. So that's basically like a super nice combo. Just like using the Claw Shot to like get close to a target and then blasting them up close. Tons of damage. And then we have Keenly Jagged, which I love. Damage over time is great. I always want Keenly Jagged on my weapons if possible. And then we have Enchanted, which increases our light attacks. And Blunderbuss only does light attacks. And increases that damage by another 5%. So that's kind of a no-brainer. That's a really, really good Blunderbuss. But you have tons of different things that you can go for. I really like this one because we get the increased damage after a Claw Shot, which helps us set up a nice combo. You got the Keenly Jagged for the damage over time and extra damage on your Blunderbuss shots. Super, super nice. For the Heartrune, we're using Dark Ascend. This is kind of my new favorite Heartrune, I gotta be honest. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's cool to fly up and just come back down. It deals a decent amount of damage. It knocks people back. But the main reason I'm using this is you only have to upgrade this once to get the Leeching Ascend passive on it. A lot of other Heartrunes you have to upgrade twice, which is really expensive. This one, only one upgrade is needed, which is already kind of expensive, but it's better than 2. And you get the Leeching Ascent, which really helps. This can heal you to full. If you're about to die and you have like 3-4 people on you, you go up, you come down, this can literally heal you to full. It's great. I love this thing. And you can also use this to avoid certain attacks. You see someone come in with a certain attack, like throws like a gravity well, and then wants to like hit you with like an executor, stack the damage when the gravity well explodes. You can just hit this thing, you hover up, you just sit up there and you come back down, and you stagger people around you, you knock them back, you do damage, you heal for the damage you do. Honestly, really, really good. Really love this thing. As our amulet, we're using Divine Empowered Health. I think that's a really, really good one. I got another amulet here the other day. Stamina Recovery Refreshing Health. That would be a good one too. But yeah, you decide what you want. I really think the Divine Empowered Health is really nice. Um, because I love Divine because like you take a lot of damage when you're fighting. This is like a mid-range fighter, so a lot of things can easily hit you. People can get to you pretty quickly because you don't have as much range as like a bow guy or a musket guy or a fire staff guy, right? So you gotta be a little bit up close, so you're gonna take some damage. So having Divine is really nice. It's going to increase the healing you get from pretty much everything, your shirking heals, your consumables. So I think this one's very nice. Empowered is nice. You got some empower on this build, of course. And then health, it's just health is just a good thing to invest in my opinion. For the ring, we got Healing Breeze, Void Damage, Hardy. Hardy is super important in my opinion. Having that extra 10% stamina means you can roll twice and you still have stamina left. So you're not gassing your stamina, which means you're not going to get slowed down. And sometimes a double roll is necessary. If you take a lot of damage, double roll necessary. Also, if you do a double roll, I don't want to like say do double roll all the time, but you will notice the situations in which a double roll is necessary. Double roll makes it a lot more likely that your shirking heals is going off, because like one roll, yeah, you kind of have to iframe something, but if you have two rolls, you're much more likely to actually dodge something, and then all your shirking heals procs, gives you a lot of healing. And then of course, once that happens, the Healing Breeze also kicks in, and it's going to heal you for 16% weapon damage each second for 10 seconds, for 6 seconds, sorry. And yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. We got some extra void damage on here. It's not super important. Anything would go. You can have leeching on here, void damage, fire damage would work for the blunderbuss too. Thrust damage would work for the blunderbuss. Whatever you want, but the two important ones are Healing Breeze, Hardy. I think they're really, really important and really nice to have. So I would definitely recommend you looking for something like this. Most likely a ring if you don't find one and you want to buy one. Hardy Healing Breeze most likely is going to cost you a pretty penny. Those are very popular right now because they're just great. They just work on every build. And yeah, so you probably have to pay a pretty penny unless you get lucky and you get it from somewhere. Good luck with that. For the earring, we're using Healthy Toast, Healing Heart, and Duplicating Toast. Healthy Toast just nice because it basically allows you to drink a mana potion, which we don't need on this build. We don't need mana, but it allows you to drink a mana potion and you get some healing for it, which is absolutely fantastic. You have your health potions, your regen potions, and then you have your mana potions. And then on top, you can still eat some food to get your health back up. So you have tons of options to really, get your health back up. Healing Heart is probably like it's becoming one of my new favorite ones. Because I use my Heartrune a lot. I use it offensively, I use it defensively, and having that 10% health on it is super nice, especially with the Leeching Ascent. That means when I come up, I get health, and when I come down, I get health too. So it's like a double whammy. Like I'm just getting like so much healing out of just using my Heartrune when I have a lot of people around me. It's a lifesaver. It literally saved my life many, many times. You will be surprised how much health you actually get back if you use your Leeching Ascent when you have people on you, you're about to die. You come up, you get your 10% health. You come down, you leech whatever the damage is that you're doing around you. It's super, super nice. And then of course you can still do your double roll and get your shirking heals. And this can really mean that you go from a situation where like I'm about to die to bang, I'm full health again. I'm back in the game. You got your full health, you have your hardy, which means you did the double roll, you still have stamina left, so you can still move at full speed. You're not exhausted. And this can turn a fight around, like when you're trading with someone and you're about to die and then you're pulling that move and all of a sudden you are the guy that's full health and the other guy is low health, yeah, that's how you win fights. And then duplicating toast, not super important. You could have all kinds of stuff on here. I'll leave that up to you. But duplicating toast is not a bad option. It just doesn't do anything for the combat. It just makes it so that you basically don't consume a potion with a 16% chance. But that's just a money saver, really. Not really something that helps you in a fight. But yeah, that's about it. Those are our items. And let's look at our weapons real quick. So we're full decay tree. I tried a couple different things and I decided, nope, we're not going to attack with the Void Blade. We're not going to scream at people. We're not going to put down the Oblivion because this build is kind of mobile. We're chasing people. We're shooting at people. Pulling out the Void Blade doesn't help because we have the Blunderbuss, and the Blunderbuss is going to be better damage. It's going to be easier to hit people. The Scream constantly misses. You have to be too close to a target. You know, for my liking, because you know, this build is a mid-range build, but Scream can't hit people at that range. So you kind of have to you have to run in and then hit them. If you really want to use Scream, of course you can do that. I've seen people do a lot of damage with that because like rooting people in place with the Scream and then blasting them, that's definitely a thing you can do. I personally don't like it because for me, like I said, I have to run in and get very close to a target to even make the Scream hit. And that just doesn't feel right on this build. And then of course, Oblivion, we're not using that one because we're too mobile and, you know, people are going to run away. You're going to run away. In a more group fight scenario, you could maybe put that down because then it would definitely help. You know, if you find yourself fighting more stationary fights, that could be a thing. But I like the decay tree because we got the orb of decay, which is just a nice orb that you can fire out. It comes back, so it deals damage when it goes out, and then when it comes back, it heals people. You have this passive down here, detonating orb, which means you can basically press the ability again and then make the orb explode instantly. I am kind of thinking about maybe not using this one, and I'll tell you why. Because orb sometimes has issues going off in a fight. Like sometimes it just doesn't want to cast. And then I click it twice, and then it shoots, it instantly explodes and doesn't hit anybody. So I was kind of maybe thinking about taking the passive out because that would allow me to just spam it as much as I want, and then when it goes out, it doesn't instantly explode. But I haven't done that yet because I kind of want to keep that possibility for me to like cast it again. But I don't do it that often, so technically I could take this out and put the point somewhere else. I leave that up to you. If your orb goes off whenever you click it, you don't have to do this. It's just for me. Then we're using the Baleful Tether, which is pretty nice. It gives you an empower and just makes you hit harder. It makes you hit harder, and the tether remains after weapon swaps, so you can just tether someone, you can swap to your Blunderbuss, and bingo bango, right? Of course, we're going all passives here for all these. This one's really nice. Heal for 80% weapon damage when the tether ends or is broken. That's just some extra healing. You definitely want that. And then Essence Rupture, basically, yeah, I mean, it does some range damage. The way I approach targets is I start hitting them with like light attack, tether, rupture, decay, right? Before I go in with the Blunderbuss, I want to make sure I hit them with everything. I have the tether up, I hit them with the essence rupture, I put the decay on. That just means they have disintegrate stacks on them, which do damage. And it also means that, you know, I have my empower up, I have my heal up here that I get from essence rupture, and then I can just go in with the Blunderbuss and blast them. And honestly, this build it actually does a pretty good job, like doing damage over like this mid-range that you have with the Gauntlet. I'm actually really surprised that like when I'm slapping people with this to kind of prepare for, you know, my Blunderbuss combos, they already take a good amount of damage just from the Gauntlet itself. So really nice, actually. Like I said, this one's going to heal you. It's going to give you some stamina here. And it's also going to heal other people. And then the orb, like I said, it's going to do damage. It's going to heal other people. It gives you some mana too, slows people, and stuff like that, right? Really useful. We're taking this one down here, Glimpse of the Void. You don't have to. This, barely ever comes into play for me. So you can take the point and put it somewhere else if you want to. We're taking Leeching Bolts, though. Healing from ranged heavy attacks is increased by an additional 20%. So when you heavy attack with the Gauntlet, you're actually going to heal. So that's pretty nice. And having like this thing up here, right? You get some Empower, which means you're going to do more damage, which means you're going to get more heals. And then you get the 80% heal here when the tether breaks. And then you have your Essence Rupture up, which means you're going to heal for the damage that you're doing. So that's pretty nice. You can have this up and then slap a couple light attacks, slap a couple heavy attacks, which allows you to actually just, maintain your health over, this mid distance. This one's really nice too. Every 20 seconds when you dodge roll, you're gonna get an 80% weapon damage heal. Very nice. It stacks. It's gonna activate your healing breeze too. So super good to have. And over here we're taking Forsaken Pact. We're taking Refreshing Precision, Empowering Proximity, Leeching Agony, and Refreshing Frailty. And like I said, if you decide to not put the point here or here, then you can technically just put them somewhere else. But there's nothing that is really needed for this build. Most of the stuff is, you already have it. So feel free to put the points wherever you want them. But this also means that if you have a, not a fully maxed out Void Gauntlet, and you're just missing 2 or 3 points, you can still do this build and it's going to be fine. Okay, that was the Void Gauntlet. Let's look at the Blunderbuss here. So Blunderbuss, we're going with Shrapnel Blast, Claw Shot, and Splitting Grenade. Of course, Shrapnel Blast is going to blast a whole bunch of people in front of you. You want to take this one, of course. We want more reach with this thing. Fire 4 additional pellets with each use of this ability. Of course, you want that. So this is super important to actually have. Each individual hit of this ability or from Blunderbuss primary fire will lower the cooldown. So you're going to see if you're blasting people, you're going to get the Shrapnel Blast up pretty fast, right? Because like I said, hits from this skill and your normal light attacks are going to lower the cooldown. Very nice. And this one is going to fire a bomb, which deals some extra damage, which is nice. You definitely want that. Then Claw Shot, of course, as I showed you, we have the Claw Shot perk on our Blunderbuss. So Claw Shot's really nice. It's not easy to hit unless you're using the aim lock, which I've been using extensively on this build. Feel a little dirty using it, but honestly, if you use it, this build is super fun. You're basically not missing, right? You may basically hit every shot, which I think is important. They're definitely going to nerf this somehow, but it's not nerfed yet, so have fun with it, I guess. And the Claw Shot also will allow you to really hit that Claw Shot more easily. It's going to pull you in, and due to the perk that we have on the Blunderbuss, we're going to get a 41% Empower, which makes our next shot hit extra hard. This one is super good. Upon usage, restore 8 stamina every second. You don't have to hit people. You can literally shoot this into the sky, into the floor, wherever you want. It's going to restore 8 stamina every second for 10 seconds. This is going to make your stamina sustain super good. Okay? It's going to make your stamina sustain super good. The way I play it, and you're going to see that in the clips, I shoot and I dodge roll backwards, shoot, dodge roll backwards, shoot, dodge roll backwards. And this constant rolling is really enabled through having this passive here. And of course, we have, where is it? This one here. Allies additionally receive 15 stamina when hitting the afflicted target. So, right, you have this thing up. It's going to give you 15 stamina when you hit. And then you have this thing up, which gives you 8 stamina per second. Your stamina sustain is going to be phenomenal, right? So you can really dodge a lot. Make sure you dodge other people's hits. And one thing I didn't mention is I'm using an opal in my Blunderbuss. What the opal does is basically when your stamina is not full, you get 12% extra damage. What does that mean? It just means you dodge roll and then you shoot, and you dodge roll and then you shoot. You basically want to keep your stamina not full. That doesn't mean stamina empty. It just means not full. And you can always control if your stamina is full or not by just dodging. So you can always dodge. If your stamina is full, you can always dodge. So this is the easiest gem really to control. You can of course put a void gem on if you want and get that extra void damage. But I like this a lot because it's so consistent and I'm dodging constantly, right? And I can dodge constantly because I have that stamina sustain. And so you can always control that. You want to go in before you hit someone, you dodge roll into a shot, and you dodge roll into a shot, and you dodge roll into a shot, and so you can keep your stamina at like, you know, a midpoint level. You control your stamina. Of course, if your stamina is not full, you don't have to dodge roll. You only dodge roll if your stamina is full, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Anyway, landing a pellet, even if locked, lowers the cooldown of this ability. Nice, you know. So you have like cooldown reduction here, super nice. You just blast people, your skills come back up pretty fast. Very nice. This one here, super good too. Successful pulls, so this one you actually have to hit, will automatically grant 1 loaded ammunition, and if you already have 2, you're gonna get 3, right? So you have 2 shots in your blunderbuss. If you hit with this thing, you're gonna have 3. Easy peasy. And then we're gonna take this one here, unload. The next shot fired within 6 seconds after triggering an ability. So any of these abilities, the next shot you fire will have 8 pellets instead of 6. So you're gonna do a little extra damage. Basically, you know, what is that? 30%, 30% extra damage basically from a light attack. That's what that means. And then the passives here, we're using Future Endeavors. Basic shots restore 1 stamina per pellet hit. Again, more stamina sustain, super nice. Reloads give you damage boost for 4 seconds, for 4% for 6 seconds, maximum 4 stacks. So that's a 16% increase for 6 seconds when you reload, and you're going to be reloading a lot. Of course, you're going to be shooting a lot. This one here, last shot loaded into the blunderbuss will do 50% increased base damage. That's just free damage. Then over here, we're taking splitting grenade. Of course, you want to take all of them here. This one's going to deal 25% increased base damage to targets below 50% health. This one's going to give you haste. And this one is basically going to inflict a burn, which hits really hard. I love hitting like a whole bunch of people with my splitting grenade and just doing a lot of damage. This thing hits for like 2.5k to like 3k sometimes per grenade hit. And then it puts the nasty burn on them, which burns for a long time. Super good. Absolutely love it. And yeah, then on the passes, we're just taking this one here, using an ability reduces all other ability cooldowns, you know, more cooldown reduction. And this one, direct base damage from abilities is increased by 15% if the victim is 10 meters or further away. Very nice, you know, lots of stamina sustain, lots of cooldown reduction, lots of extra damage. That is basically the build, ladies and gentlemen. We got it all. Now you know how to build this, and honestly, this build is a lot of fun. I gotta be honest, I didn't expect it to be that much fun. I was just trying out different things because I wanted, you know, I wanted something with a Void Gauntlet, but like Void Gauntlet as a main weapon, I just didn't feel it. It didn't feel good to me. It felt kind of clunky. So I went through a couple different iterations here, and we ended up on the Blunderbuss. And with the Blunderbuss, everything just fell into place, and this thing is absolutely fantastic. Kills people very easily, super nice. You're going to see it in the clips. You're going to like it. And yeah, that's basically it. That's the build. There's going to be a written guide on my website, so make sure you check that one out. And also, catch me live on Twitch. If you haven't watched me live on Twitch, I'm streaming every day. Check it out. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment. You know the deal. And that's about it. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Cling! Just like that. My man just got blasted. Oh my god, dude, I'm dying big time. Flippity doodah. Little teabag there. Little teabag there. In my opinion, it's just too hard to get the lower tier stuff and too easy to get the higher tier stuff. Because you're gonna end up having way too much shit. You're gonna end up having way too much shit. That's how you do it. Look how he's hiding now. Now we're getting some people. It's funny how this guy all of a sudden he doesn't want to fight, huh? Now that the fight's not going his way.